on a night where the third line provided the third degree and then the top line scripted the bottom line. Chris Kreider's goal midway through the third period was the difference in a 4-3 Rangers win in Vancouver. Hi, everyone. Thanks for staying up late with us. Alongside Steve Alliquette, I'm John Giannone in our Delta MSG studios. Rangers continue their road dominance, Steve, now 7-1 on the season. They have outscored the opposition 35-13 in those 8 road games, and they squeaked this one out in Vancouver.
Yeah, you said it, John. It's when you look at a hockey club, you can identify the players on the team that paint the ceiling, and some players are just laying the bricks. And I thought the bricklayers, they all brought their A game for the full 60 minutes. And the guys that paint the ceiling, they had ins and outs in this game, but finished strong. And everybody had an impact. There were times where I was getting a little bit nervous, but in the end, never doubted it, Giannone.
Yeah, you say that every time they win. And it's usually right. Chris Kreider gets the game winner. As you heard Sam Rosen just say, 48 career game winners for the Rangers, just 4 shy of Rod Gilbert's record. He has 4 this year, and his goal midway through the third was the finish of what was a culmination shift for that top line.
It is, and it's where you finish, John, and I think it's really important that when you're finishing a shot off the angle, it comes off the stick at the bottom of the circle. And when you start a play in your own zone, it's usually a connection that's made off of a strong defensive play. And then you move the puck 3 zones and you open up right here. And can you see how little time the puck spent on Chris Kreider's stick? It is on and off the stick, and the location, I'm telling you, it's important. It's where the net is its biggest with vertical angles so he can elevate the puck. And it's really important that it's on and off the stick before the goalie can get across and get set. So the execution's there. It's a great goal, but it's when the star players show up against a team that was as thin as Vancouver in this game, their best is so much better than what Vancouver's best could have been. Vancouver, they worked hard. I give them credit. They didn't pack it in. They weren't making any excuses. They had plenty of excuses to use in this game, but they put up a solid effort. I thought Vancouver did too.
Yeah, they did. The excuses would have been no Brock Besser, no JT Miller. Still, Thatcher Demko hasn't returned to the lineup in goal, but the Rangers able to find that extra goal and win it 4-3. So the first goal of the game, Mika Zibanejad. The last goal of the game, Chris Kreider, generated by that top line. It was the third line, though, that was really noticeable all night, and they had goals 2 and 3 for the Rangers.
And they were noticeable at 5-on-5. They were noticeable when they had their opportunities on the power play. They all had an engine. Everybody was moving their legs, and they were skating into plays and creating offense from miscues. And I think Cuyle's goal here, it's a smart play for him to shoot early because Shelov's was out, and the only place to go would be over his hands, and he did it. He made his shot. He took his shot, and I thought he made the right decision to shoot when he did. And for the same thing for Kakko, as far as him being able to get to the net and clean up what oftentimes for Vancouver over their homestead has been an issue, which is plays in front of the net that come off of either rebounds or broken plays. And Kakko was there for a broken play. It came off the skate, came right out to him. You still have to be first on that play. And I like his attention to detail on that shift. Kakko had a great game.
Yeah, that Kakko goal came midway through the second period, gave the Rangers a 3-2 lead. His third goal of the season. Let's hear from Kaapo Kakko inside the victorious Rangers dressing room.
Can you just take us through what you saw in your goal?
Yeah, I mean, I just tried to drive to the net. Rodzi got it. Nice pass to Cuylle. Kind of little lucky bounce that one also. Just went to the net and find the puck and tried to shoot. That's all.
How's the trend? Obviously, it's only been a couple games without Phil, but working Johnny back into the line, how do you feel it's been going?
I think it's been pretty good. Couple games, you know. We played together last year also, so we kind of know what to do out there. I think couple pretty good games.
It was a pretty good hockey game just all around. Just what did you see from with the team that let you guys come out in the winning game?
Yeah, I think the first period was pretty good. We got some chances, maybe a couple more goals we can score by there. Second one, not the best, and then third one, find a way to win.
They haven't given up much off the rush all year. What were you guys able to do to generate so much in transition?
Yeah, I think we've been doing a pretty good job over there. Not too many chances also. I mean, couple pretty good goalies we also have, so that's maybe a reason not too many goals against. But yeah, I think we know what to do out there. That's all.
So Kaapo Kakko, when talking about that third line success, says we know what to do out there. And again, with Filip Chytil missing so much time last year, all but 10 games, Johnny Brodzinski did get to know them. Yeah. And you can see that. But what is it beyond familiarity that you think makes that line effective?
Everybody plays with pace. Sometimes you're going to have somebody on your line that likes to change the pace of play, the way Panarin does. But they don't have a Panarin type on that line. It's 3 workhorses. And when everybody's working, it's predictable. The pace, when they get into the zone, they know where everybody is. And the most important thing on a line when you're getting back together is that when you get into trouble, you know where to put the puck to give you and your line mates a fighting chance to get it back. And they don't give the puck up in the O-zone. They're a very good puck possession heavy line, and I think that's why Laviolette was happy in the second period to put them out after they had success on the power play, because it was, you know what, we need another positive shift right now. The line that's going, and don't forget, the players know this. They have a sense of how that game is being played, and they appreciate that, and they gave Lavie another great shift, a possession positive shift. That's a win. And I think that helped everybody because it was a bit of a miss-a-turn for the other lines 1 and 2. And they're like, oh, is that how we're going to go? You take the line rotation out, even if it's one shift, that's like benching a third or fourth line guy for 2 periods. Right. Like the guys know. They're on the bench, and I spent time on the bench. I know these guys are.
Nobody knows the bench better than you.
They are chirping. Yeah. They're not happy, and they got something more out of them after that, too.
Well, it's a motivation tool as well by the head coach. 6th goal of the year for Will Cuylle. He also had his 8th assist of the season. Let's hear from Will Cuylle after the game.
The majority of the game, we were controlling the play, and we're getting lots of chances and, a couple bounces here and there, but I thought overall a pretty good game.
Kakko said that was a complete accident, him chipping that puck along to you for your goal. What do you think? Did you think he did it on purpose?
I mean, it doesn't really matter to me whether it was on purpose or accident, but just landed on my stick. So, I mean, that's for him to say how we got it there.
Did you know you wanted to go from long range?
Well, the puck, I knew it was spinning like crazy, so I didn't want to stick handle it a lot because you never know how it's going to behave when it's spinning like that. So I just kind of tried to let it do its own thing and then just give it one hard smack.
It felt like you guys, your line in particular, had a lot of zone time tonight. It created a lot of pressure. Anything in particular you felt like you guys were doing well?
I thought we were recovering pucks really well. I think, whenever we would get a chance, get a shot, and the puck would be loose, we'd be on it really quick, and that's how we would, sustain the pressure. I think sometimes it can be like one and done, and you get a shot, and then you're back in the defense, but I thought, like loose pucks, we were really good at retrieving them back tonight, I thought.
14 points in the first 17 games for Will Cuylle. I mean, that's a 70-something point season pace for him. He also got some power play time tonight. What do you notice about his second season that just seems to be that next tier?
Confidence. He demands the puck. And look, he had 2 goals called back this year where he beat the goaltender, and it's a razor-thin offside call. So when you look at his overall game, you know that he's a very proud player. And I think that when you look at last season where he was dipping his toe in a little bit, this year, to me, he commands it because he's physically in on every single play, and then he maintains the puck. He doesn't give it back. I think his game he's probably been the brightest spot out of everybody that's really brought their game up to another level.
And very noticed by the head coach and the coaching staff. Rangers win for the 3rd straight time, 6-2 in their last 8. They win it 4-3 in Vancouver.